All right, why were you late?
I was late, honestly, because I woke up like 15 minutes beforehand. I didn't hear my alarm and I rushed.
All right, so you cannot be late for court, you understand? Oh, and counsel, you're on this side.
I'm sorry.
Yes, that's okay. State, what is happening with this case? Jennifer Mora.
Yes, sir.
All right, my understanding, defense, you have all the discovery?
Yes, sir.
So I'll need a discovery acknowledgement. And offer's been tendered?
Yes, Judge.
All right, this is coming back the first week in January for a plea deadline date. Do you
Okay.
understand?
Yes.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, I need the first week in January for a plea deadline date on Mora.
January 3rd.
All right, you'll be back on January 3rd at 9 a.m.
You're on time.
Okay, all right, just sign, you're welcome. Just sign the reset form, then you're excused.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. Good seeing you.
Good seeing you.
Where's the attorney? All right, court is calling 2023 CR 8580, State of Texas versus Jennifer Rhonda Mora. Can I have parties announced for the record? Can I have a stamp, please? No problem. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Daniel Escobar from the state of Texas.
Defense.
William Davidson for Jennifer Mora.
And are you Jennifer Mora?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, have you received all the discovery and did you review it with your client?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Ms. Mora, I'm showing you what's entitled Application for Deferred Adjudication or Community Supervision. Did you review that with your attorney?
Yes,
Did you
ma'am.
understand it and did you sign it?
Yes, ma'am, and yes, ma'am.
Going to show you what's entitled True Bill of Indictment. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor, I did. And yes,
Counsel,
ma'am.
do you waive the reading of the indictment?
Yes, Your Honor.
I'm used to looking over here. State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
Yes, Judge.
Ms. Mora, I'm showing you what's entitled Court Admonishments and Defendants Waivers and Affidavit of Admonitions. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am, I did.
Did you understand you're charged with the offense of possession of a controlled substance, penalty group 1 gram to 4 grams? That's a third-degree felony. Range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 10 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine.
Yes, ma'am.
If you have a plea with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call and the right to remain silent?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand by entering this plea, you were giving up those rights?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
All right, you're all going to have to whisper in the box. If you can't whisper in the box, then you can't talk in the box. And there's no talking in the box behind the court reporter. If you want to have your witness, your client move to the other end, they will do that. Did you understand if the court were to grant your application for deferred adjudication, if for any reason your deferred adjudication were revoked, the court could find you guilty and sentence you up to 10 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
Yes.
Do you believe she has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against her?
Yes.
Do you believe she's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
Yes.
Ms. Mora, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea?
No, ma'am.
Anyone promised you anything other than the plea?
No, ma'am.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes, I am.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived her right to jury trial. Showing you the plea bargain page. Did you review that page with your attorney?
Yes,
Did you
ma'am, I did.
understand it?
And yes, ma'am, I did.
And did you sign it in all appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am, I believe so, I did.
Did you understand, according to the plea, there's a $250 fine. The state recommends deferred adjudication, and there's to be regular and random drug testing.
Yes, ma'am, I understand.
Counsel, is that the plea?
Yes, Your Honor.
State, is that the plea?
Yes, Judge.
Showing you the waiver of appeal paragraph. Did you review that with your attorney? Did
Yes,
you
I did.
understand it? And did you sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, have there been any such motions?
No, Your Honor.
Outside the agreement, the state is requesting that your deferred adjudication be for a term of 8 years, and there'll be 100 hours of community service, restitution, and a TAP evaluation. Did you understand those were recommendations from the state and the court does not have to follow those recommendations?
Yes, ma'am.
Then to the offenses charged, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
State any evidence?
State offer states exhibit one in all attachments.
Any objections?
No objection. No.
All right, you may continue to confer. Ms. Moore, I'm showing you what's entitled waiver and consent to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call in the right to remain silent?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports, but most importantly, there will be no live testimony? Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments and review the same. All right, after reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty. The court will defer finding of guilt as you have applied for deferred adjudication. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Your Honor.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Your Honor, my client tells me she's not going to have anything else to do with drugs and that she's going to do everything this court tells her to do. And she has sat here all morning and saw you sentencing people well undeferred.
All right. So what is happening with this case that's out of Fayette County?
Fayette County was, when this case happened, they had arrested me for the Fayette County warrant. I was pulled over and I was put on probation in Fayette County for 8 years, and I switched it over here. This happened whenever I was arrested during Fayette County warrant. I more or less, they gave me a ticket and I didn't know if that was what was going on with that. I moved to Chicago. I came back and I had a warrant. I had no idea. And then
So you don't know what's happening with Fayette County?
oh no, I'm on probation with Fayette County
Oh, counsel, do you want to have a seat?
through.
If you need me to, Judge.
All right, thank you.
I'm on probation with Fayette County through here. I have my officer, what's her name? Louise.
So what's happening with that case? Does she have a warrant for that?
No, I'm
Okay.
good. I'm good. She's gonna actually, my probation officer for now is gonna be my probation officer for here too. They're gonna put it together.
All right, do you have any children?
I do. I have grandchildren too.
All right, what are your children's ages?
26 and 29.
All right, why the tears? I don't understand.
Yes, I want to take this on for my grandbabies.
Yeah, I mean, you need to do it for yourself,
Well,
because
yeah,
how old are your grandchildren?
my grandchildren are 1 and 6 months.
All right, so, I mean, you have to do it for yourself. When's the last time you've seen your grandchildren?
Christmas.
If you drug tested today, what are the results going to be? And before you even say, you're going to get drug tested today, so just be honest with me.
And they should be negative.
All right, what do you mean should be?
They're not going to be negative.
When's the last time you used?
It's been a while.
What's a while?
Marijuana wise, I smoked probably about a month and a half ago.
Mhm.
And it was very little. And besides that, I should be okay. It's out in 30 days. So,
Are you employed?
yes.
What do you do?
I'm doing punch out and clean up for a construction company, CNF Construction.
All right, any questions?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, this is what the court is going to do. It's going to be 8 years deferred adjudication. $250 fine. That will be probated. I'm going to want a TAP evaluation. Follow TAP results. I'm sorry, recommendation. If they're asking for inpatient treatment, we're going to start with intensive outpatient treatment. If they're asking for outpatient treatment, we're still going to start with intensive outpatient treatment. 100 hours of community service restitution. Proof of employment within 30 days. There's to be no employment as a home healthcare provider or with minors. There's to be no unsupervised contact with minors. I'm going to order parenting classes. Once she completes the parenting classes and the 100 hours of community service, restitution will be deemed satisfied. I'm assuming you want, yes.
About the parenting classes and
Yes.
no unsupervised visits with minors. I watch my grandbaby on Mondays and Tuesdays. I have to, or my daughter can't work.
I can't have you watching children until your life is in order, and I deem that it's in order.
Well, these are my grandchildren.
I understand that. Let me ask you something. Do you love your grandchildren?
Of course, I love my grandchildren.
A lot?
But my daughter has to
But wait,
provide
let me ask you
bills.
this. Do you love your grandchildren?
Yes,
Do you love them a lot?
yes.
All right. So would you just let anybody take care of them?
No, but I'm the only venue she
Well,
has
no.
right now.
My question is, would you just let anybody take care of them?
Of course not.
All right. So let's say I come to your house and you want me to take care of your grandchildren because something came up, you can't do it, and your grandchildren love me. I got great references, right? And you watch me, you have cameras, you say, Stephanie, we want you. And I say, great. And then I tell you, there's something I didn't tell you. I was out with a fugitive task force and they came to a hotel and arrested me and there was meth everywhere.
Well, my daughter understands this.
Yeah, but see, here's the thing. Sometimes family members understand things, and I don't know why people do this with children. With children, people don't plan to have children. They have no idea, okay, I need daycare because I got to work, or either I'm not going to work. So how am I going to support my children? And guess what they end up doing? They end up getting whoever they can get to babysit their children. They're like, oh, it's a relative. I know she's used drugs in the past. I know it was meth. I know it was marijuana. I know she's on probation for that. I know a fugitive task force just picked her up. But the answer is no, I can't have that because you know what? I guarantee you, God forbid something happens to your grandchildren while they're in your care. And you know what the first question is going to be asked? Well, what judge would allow her, not even done treatment, to babysit a 1-year-old and a 6-month-old?
Ma'am.
And I know how 1-year-olds and 6-month-olds are. I have a niece who's 2. I love her. She is so demanding, but the answer is no. Those are my rules. All right, parenting classes. Once you started on parenting classes, once you started your treatment, then the court will reconsider. But for now, there's to be no unsupervised contact with minors. If you have unsupervised contact with minors, what's going to end up happening is a motion to revoke is going to be filed. And you're looking at 10 years in the prison. There's going to be field visit, random 1 time per month.
What?
There is to be random UAs or either a patch. Regular reporting by Zoom or in person. Probation, is there anything else she needs?
No, Your Honor.
All right, anything else you need from the court?
No.
All right, I'm going to show you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Can you pass that to me? Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it and did you sign it?
Yes.
Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
Uh-huh.
And we can go off the record. I know you think I'm being harsh. I'm not listening, but I am listening.
Just the grandbaby thing.
Yeah, but part of my job is to protect the community. And sometimes people don't consider children part of the community. Many times people consider children as property. Like I tell them what to do and that's what they need to do. But a 1-year-old and a 6-month-old can't take care of themselves. You can't just put them at Travis Park and say, I've had you, good luck to you. And for some reason, I don't know what's wrong with people. They do not put children first. It's just sort of like a handbag or something.
Yeah.
Let me dress this child up. Look, they're so pretty. And then they're on their own.
Yeah.
But what I can tell you is, when I would have clients that I've represented on CPS sites, moms who had drug issues, I would always tell them, this is where you are at the point in your life now. We're trying to get you better and get you over this so you can get your children back. So where you are at the point in your life is the fugitive task force had to go pick you up at a hotel. And when they go to the hotel, there's meth and everything. That's a problem, right?
That is
So,
a problem then.
yeah, so you have to prove to me that you should be in the children's lives unsupervised. If you can prove that to me, I'll allow it to happen. All right? Thank you.
Let's get the facts straight. She loves a verbal ashtray. Never blowing smoke when she gets pissed. She's quick to castrate. Love her on a good day, love her on a bad day. Either way, she's here to stay, stay, stay.